We're talking about the energy in May, or perhaps the foundational energy that holds us in place during May. We know that we're in a 2021 year, global year, and the 2021 edition is the numbers 20 plus 20 plus 1 equals 41 equals 5. We're still in a year of chaos, and it is still felt within every cell of our being. However, the month energy for May is number 1. The way we reach this number is by taking the 2021 energy of 41 and adding the 5th month, which is May, to give us the number 46. You'll notice that these numbers all still have the 4 that leads. The 41 is 2021, and the 46 in May, the 4 and the 6 being led by the 4. And this energy is still very much grounding us, holding us in place, and giving us stability. We've just come out of a global month 9 in April, the 45-9, where there was potentially a lot of upheaval in our lives. Hopefully what we have gained, what we have concluded, what we have cleared, decluttered, and got rid of in April is giving birth to something new in May. What I feel particularly pressed to share with you today is to going back to grassroots base chakra. Because of the number 1, we want to go back to the basics, but we also need to take everything we've learned and still embrace the current information that we have gleaned on experience, with experience, take that current information and let it form part of our new physical experience. I want to sort of open with a quote which I've written in one of my very important books called The 14 Lessons, and it says, "We are not here to gain a prize, nor are we here to defend a rival, but we are here to pace one another on the road to excellence, through chaos, through change, and keeping up with the work of the light." So I just want to say to everybody, let us remember we're in a physical container. The number 46 is reminding us that we are a body. We are working through an organization, which is perhaps the humanity side of our organization. And this organization is how we make manifest anything that we wish or desire. And the number 46 has the vibration towards the words everyone, embodiment, and even the word children. We are at the moment embodying everyone around us, including children, to manifest our next best step. And each individual carries within them the possibilities, the potentialities. Just a reminder of why we are here. We are but spirit possessing a soul. We are called in the physical space to have a spiritual connection and experience. And in the month of May, you're going to have to remember that we operate on different levels of density and that our possibilities or our potentialities are endless when we recognize that when we grow in consciousness, when we move through these levels of growth towards a higher level of consciousness, we do not necessarily lose our connection with our physical body, but we operate more differently in the physical body. What is really being highlighted in May is to take a good look, number 1, at your physical body. The physical experience should not be ignored as secondary or considered as secondary to the spiritual progress or the consciousness progress. In fact, it is important for us to realize this one thing. It is the duty of each developed man to train his body to the highest degree of perfection, in inverted commas, in order that it may be used to its full advantage. The body should be kept in good health and good condition so that it is trained to obey the orders of the mind rather than to rule the mind, so to speak, or to have the mind rule the body, which is often the case. We've just come from the energies of April, which was predominantly a mind energy. And we are actually in the first week of May going to face a very big thinking energy, which is the mind. And I'm going to challenge each one of you to learn in the month of May to balance the body and the mind even more than you have ever before. Even though we actually know these practices we should do every day of our lives, 5 minutes of meditation, perhaps exercise in any way, shape, or form that affords you the time to disconnect the mind and to work on the body. There's a kind of integration or embodiment that incorporates allowing your mind now to be keeping the body healthy as well. There's other elements that we notice will be quite highly charged in this month. The 46 is the ending of blaming others. There is less of an emphasis around relationships where the 4610, which is a 1 energy, May has the 1 energy. The 10 refers to the self, an examination of the self and care for the self and leading the self. And a lot of energy around this 46 number is about that containment of how do I make myself responsible for my future, taking control of my future. Stop blaming others. Accountability will be at the top of the charts. Becoming independent, becoming more interdependent as you are independent, and creating new ways using your own new unique ideas. What are you doing in that department of your life? Investigate patterns of self-sabotage, because within this container you can have a tendency to self-sabotage or deconstruct yourself, that which you have built up. So be careful of that. Also, we'll see that sabotage on a larger scale will be coming out. It will be shown. Leaders will be emerging because the number 1 energy leads. And if they haven't already emerged, what they bring with them is information that discloses deceit, tyranny, licentiousness. Much of the negative energies of the 46 can be around fighting. So we'll see fighting for freedom. There is an element of needing to break out of this container or box that we are perceived that we are in and fight for our freedom. It's also about taking more and more initiative and an innovative approach to what you do in your life at the moment and how you can gear that up so that you can also improve that which you are doing in the world and for the world. There is a sense of taking back our personal power as a globe, as a nation. We find there is still this structure that exists with the 4610 energy, which is you have, for example, a minister and his church or attendees of the church. You have a producer producing a movie and the people who are in the crew. And then you perhaps have the head of government and the people who live in the country. The 4610 is very much about that containment and submissiveness to certain rules and regulations. And then on the other hand, the 46 is the kind of energy that says, but I will not have this. I can also be abusively disregarding of rules. So you may see some of those energies around you. The other important thing that you need to do is to control that which you would like to be exposed to and that which you would not like to be exposed to. Recap on what negatives you are putting into your energy field and that which you need to protect yourself from. This is a very, very important month for the individual in leading yourself and leading your life. And it can be down to the most simple decisions that you make every day, when you do the dishes and when you do your meditation and when you do your exercise and how you process stress, because stress in its highest form will create utter chaos and disharmony. Whereas if you keep your container balanced and well-formed, and if you keep your routines to a certain degree under good scrutiny, taking good care of the physical body and the mind and keeping things in a healthy container, you'll thrive. The other thing that is important to understand is that we are basically in a human adapting, changing environment. So you're not going to get it right every single day. And sometimes you may feel that the thinking tank is very, very overactive as compared with what you would like it to be. Just take that physical time off and allow yourself to breathe in between. And good luck for the month of May.